That's great. What do we have for our first cocktail, Chris?
Well, I figured, especially based on the first reading and based on these illustrious surroundings, in the book and everything like that, that we had to start with the most illustrious of cocktails, which is a Manhattan. And so the apocryphal story, about this is that it was invented at a party in 1874 by Jenny Jerome, also known as Lady Randolph Churchill, Winston Churchill's mother. The story is apocryphal because she was actually home pregnant with Winnie at the time. And so it's highly unlikely she actually invented it, but it does go back at least to the 1880s. And, bespeaks leather, cigars, subdued lighting, fireplaces, and the illustrious gentlemen and ladies that might inhabit rooms at this time in salons. So I have the idea of being able to create a Manhattan here. We're going to start off with rye whiskey. Now, interestingly enough, all Canadian whiskey is envisioned as rye whiskey, even though it can have as little as 0% rye in it. And so that's kind of interesting all by itself. Whereas American rye whiskey has to have at least 51% rye in it to be considered rye whiskey. And I was first thinking of trying to make this with my favorite rye, which is Whistle Pig, made by Alberta Distillers, but the price of it we found locally was a little excessive. So, we went with the Canadian whiskey instead, and going from there. So we start with a couple ounces of rye. We also have our wonderful sweet vermouth. So we'll throw in a little bit of that. There's a little too much. I'll put that back. And we have some Angostura bitters in order to provide a little bit of a nice contrast to the sweetness of the vermouth and the rye.
That's bitter.
Indeed, it would be. Yeah, accidentally splashed her. We'll throw in some wonderful ice. Take that up with my shaker glass, just a little bit.
Love it.
It looks like maybe we haven't found the top of the shaker and unpacking yet.
Gotta improvise.
Right. We're improvising.
Normally I would strain this with my wonderful strainer, but in the move we haven't figured out how to find that yet. So
you got a nice glass for that too.
Yeah, we have found the important things, the glasses and the alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
And we're going to throw a maraschino cherry in there.
Throw in a second.
Love it.
Please.
Yes, indeed.
And you've got a great setting for that drink too, by the way.
So, remind me what this drink is?
A Manhattan.
A Manhattan. Okay, so Chris is going to have the first drink.
Absolutely wonderful.
Turned out great. Of course it did.
I'm not sure I've ever had a Manhattan because I'm on an IV. I'm not having my own drink. It's kind of bitter, but I do like that.
Yes, it's wonderfully rich, just like the tone of the first reading, I believe,
right.
in terms of the room that it's in. So,
and I can easily imagine that as you described it and as you describe the room.
Right.